sorrow and rebuilding, Baron Ferdinand de Rothschild turned toward creation, the
Dang it.
kind that transforms landscapes and leaves legacies. His heart, still carrying the loss of Evelina, found a new rhythm in the pursuit of art and beauty. He wanted to build something that would last beyond him, something
Come
that
on, guys.
captured the
Join up with
grace
the
of the
channel. Let's
past
go.
and the innovation of his age. He searched the English
Here we
countryside
go. Your
until he
videos.
found a hill in Buckinghamshire,
Talking
surrounded by
about cutting
rolling
meals
fields
today.
and peaceful woods. It was there, in the quiet embrace of nature, that he decided to build his dream home, Waddesdon Manor, a French palace in England. Unlike most English country houses, Ferdinand's vision was not rooted in traditional British design. He admired the chateau of Francis Loire Valley, elegant palaces with towers, turrets, and sweeping staircases. These were homes of charm and refinement, places that seemed to float between fantasy and reality. He decided to bring that same magic to England. To do this, he hired French architect Gabriel Hippolyte d'Estailleur, a master of the French Renaissance style. Together, they planned a home that looked as if it had been
What's up,
transported
guys?
from the pages
Got a
of
couple
fairy
people in
tale.
here.
Construction began in the 1870s, and Ferdinand oversaw every detail. He was not content with mere imitation. He wanted perfection. Stone by stone, craftsmen shaped the building with precision.
Taking a little break
decorative carvings,
for my
elaborate
studies.
moldings.
Taking a little break from my studies right now. I got to make some more thumbnails. I really don't have a lot of thumbnails for like working out and eating healthy. But yeah, guys, I see you. I see you. I'll just use this stupid thumbnail. I was gonna make some new thumbnails today, but I just didn't get there yet. I didn't get to it yet. You know, I've been trying to get to it for literally many, many months. Haven't got to it yet. Just because I got papers all over here, the stuff that I'm working on, unfinished manuscripts, unfinished books, unfinished courses. It's really getting me upset at this point that my job, I think, is starting to hold me back. But for now, we're going to keep on going on the job, keep on working full time. But yes, we're going to be talking about dieting today. So answering questions, Q&A session on dieting and getting ripped. Really, what you want to do as a man is you want to have a six-pack. You gotta, okay? You just look like you're on a whole nother level if you walk up to the beach or if you take off your shirt or anywhere and you have a six-pack. So I think that is important for men to focus on, is their body, their health, and getting ripped. So I'm going to show you one of the meals that I like to eat to get ripped, all right? And I'll tell you a lot of the meals that I eat to get ripped. We're going to put on monetization today and see if it helps. I've been watching you a lot the last few weeks. Now my girlfriend thinks I'm gay. She just doesn't like me. She's going to say that, yeah. Okay, if she sees any negativity from me, if she sees me say anything that she doesn't want you to hear, she's going to shame you and say that you're gay for watching another man on YouTube. So just know that she does feel offended by me because I'm giving you certain knowledge that you could possibly use to read your woman. You can read her. You know, the more you know about females, the more you know what is actually going on in their head. Maybe she doesn't want you to know what's going on in her head. And that's why she's trying to get you away from watching me. So like I said, yeah, she will shame you. Okay? I have seen this many times. Absolutely. Many times. With my own channel, with other men watching me. They're women. Your women will not... I say, take your women out of the room if I'm on here. Because I do talk of female nature. Okay? And I honestly talk about the negative aspects of female nature and how men can know what to look out for. Okay? Yes, men have negative things about us too. But I can let the women talk about that. I don't need to talk about negative things about men. Okay? Because it's not necessary. It's not necessary for most of your goals. All right. I have been watching you, so thank you for watching me. Hello, Mr. Jackass. I appreciate you, anyways, bro. I come to you every time I am procrastinating from studying. that's a good thing to do, because I'm going to tell you to get back to work, you son of a gun. If you got to study to get your degree, to level up, that's all that degree is. It's a major level up, because you're going to be possibly making more money. Your status is going to go higher. So I think you should watch me real quick, but then get back to studying, because you got to level up. You have to do it. No one's going to freaking study your college courses for you. You know, you got to learn the information so that you can level up. You want to have a good life, don't you? So if you're already in school, you might as well stay in school. Keep studying, keep leveling up. I'm not really one for college. I believe in doing courses and learning from books at the library. So I personally don't like college, but if that's what you want to do, I think you should do it. If you're very confident about yourself, if you think that you can graduate, you're going to be able to do it, you're going to be able to find a job, then do it, bro. So yeah, go back to studying. Get the hell out of here, bro. Why do you care what a stranger thinks of you? Oh, I don't. My mom watches the channel a lot, and she doesn't mind that you are gay. I'm not gay. I'm straight, dude. I'm straight, bro. I'm gay to make videos on YouTube Shorts. Oh, women hate when you know the game. This guy understands, yes. And I tell a lot of men the game. I tell men, look out for women with multiple bodies. Look out for women with tattoos. Don't date women that don't focus on their body and they let themselves go and they get extremely overweight. We should not reward women for bad behavior. Women that sleep around, we should not reward these women by trying to marry them and trying to wife them. Women got to learn. Well, I mean, the times are changing. I'm just gonna stay away from it, okay? I'm not. How to get ripped? How to get a six pack? All right. Hide your kids. I say hide your wife. Get your woman out of the room. Seriously. Sometimes if you do see me start to talk about female nature, shut it off, because your woman's gonna get offended that I'm saying those things. Okay. And a lot of guys, they want to watch it with their woman right there, because they think it's their responsibility to tell their women all about their nature. No, you don't need to tell your woman about her nature. Okay? Definitely don't let her know about my channel. And don't let her know that you watch me. Hide your kids. Yeah, fix your hat. Guys, when you're rich, you can wear your hat however you want, okay? I'm just kidding. I'm not rich yet, but I'm trying to get rich, okay? Get ripped and get rich. I'm on my way. I'm going to be rich soon. I believe I'll be rich within maybe a year or 2 or 3. Somewhere in there. Between 1 and 3 years, I will be rich. I believe I will be a millionaire. All right? So he said a wig is a red flag. Yeah. If a woman has a wig, that's definitely... I mean, unless she has cancer, But women that try to really change their appearance too far from the norm, that's deception. Okay? But yeah, I don't want to get into that. What are you doing with your life? He says, get a job. I got a full-time job, bro. I work like 18, 19 hours a day. Literally. I got a full-time job. I took a few days off so I could focus on the YouTube channel, though. Okay? I'm allowed to do that. I'm trying to grow my business, dude. Okay, so what's your biggest regret? My biggest regret in life is that I sold a lot of my collectibles, and I was hanging out with the wrong people, That's what it is. Hanging out with the wrong people. And it kept me poor for a long time. If you hang out with the wrong people, you will stay poor. You got to hang out with the right people. So you got to hang out here, because I want success for myself and for my viewers. We got to surround yourself with like-minded individuals. If you want success, I want success, we should be hanging out. Okay? Very important. Do not hang out with drug addicts, okay? You're not wardrobe choices. Silver Gang. So, we're discussing how to get ripped. So, how much of getting ripped is diet? How much is training? Well, there's no right or wrong answer. If you want to get ripped, you can put 100% into your diet, as long as you're expending more calories than you eat. So you can literally sit on the couch all day, just stop eating, and eventually you'll be ripped. Okay? But you're not going to have a lot of great muscle tone. You're not going to have good full muscle bellies. All right? But if you solely focus on working out hard and not the dieting, you're not really going to get ripped. You might bulk up and build muscle. So I would say it's like a 50-50. You got to put 50% into your training, 50% into your dieting. All right, guys? And definitely don't eat donuts and ice cream. Yeah, we got to block that guy. Get that guy out of here, bro. We cannot be talking about eating donuts and ice cream. Look at that green bean. It's like a stalk. That was right in there, bro. What am I going to do with the stalk? I want my money back. Okay. So Bryson, what's up? Yes, the magic of thinking big. Liver, onion, raw. We are the Silver Gang. So I think getting lean, you got to focus on your diet and your training. So the question is, what do you eat? When I'm trying to get cut, I lower the carbs. I lower the sugars. And I increase my meats, chickens, eggs. Just definitely lower these sugars. So, this is what I'm eating right here. The only carbohydrates is in the green beans. There's not that many carbs. So, therefore, I would consider this a cutting meal. Sausages. It's a cutting meal. Because there's green beans, which is a low carb. It's almost considered keto. Okay? If you keep your carbohydrates under 50 grams a day, you could go into ketosis. That's considered a keto diet. And that's really going to make you get ripped. But when you are in ketosis, your muscle bellies are not going to really be that full because your body's not going to absorb as much water because you're not consuming carbohydrates, okay? So you can go into ketosis to burn a lot of fat, but just know your muscles might look flat when you're in ketosis, all right? I'm not in ketosis. So my muscles don't look flat. They just look normal. Now, if I take creatine, they'll pump up a little bit. Says, looks good. Bro, we can see the bald head again. Hey, John, random little question. What does you think about Honda CR-V second gen? The second gen CR-V, that's an old one. Let me look up that one. I'm not exactly sure. What engine is in that? The K24 or the K20? I'm pretty ripped right now. This guy's ripped. Let me just look at it. The second gen CR-V. Let's see which one this was. I think it's going to be probably too old for me to really... Oh, from 2002 to 2006. I think I like the next one better. Okay? Yeah. These ones, I just never got into these ones because I figured they were kind of like too old and a little bit too cheapy. Okay? I think that the next gen after this one is one of the best. And then the one after that from 2012 is even better. Okay? So that's my thoughts. Is that this one is kind of strikes me as like a little cheapy SUV. And I like the next two generations. And then after that, I don't like the CR-V anymore. Because then they went to direct injection and they went to turbocharged models. So I love the CR-V though. I love it. But that one, I think you could get that in a manual. Yeah. I think the second gen CR-V, you could get in a manual. That's the only reason that I ever wanted one. And yeah, I wanted one a long time ago. Because it was a manual, you know. So yeah, those are sick, dude. But I don't really like them all that much. What's your favorite protein food? Eggs. Eggs is the best protein food. And steak. Thoughts on cannabis? Yeah, I love it. He likes my videos. Thank you. It's turkey sausage. Turkey sausage is pretty good for you. Got good protein. So I like to eat protein in like every meal, honestly. I try to eat protein right when I wake up. I eat protein at work, and then I eat more protein when I go home. So usually I'll have protein at least 3 times a day, but I'll usually have protein between 3 and 6 times a day. Yeah, we're 420 friendly. Yeah. He said he saw me somewhere. I've been on YouTube for about 3 years, but my first channel got banned. And now this one is, I'm trying to come up. I don't know where you would have seen me though. But my videos are starting to get out there. But I haven't really met a lot of people that have seen me. One time at Walmart, I ran into a girl that she knew me from TikTok. But you don't run into too many, I don't see too many people that know me. But someday everybody's going to know me. They'll be like, oh shit, that's John from John's Gold and Silver. I can't believe he's really here. You know, eventually. You're probably hitting on my girlfriend, weren't you? I didn't know that was her, bro. If I knew that was her, I wouldn't have said anything. So, getting ripped is a lot easier than getting jacked. I'll tell you that. Building actual pounds of solid muscle, that can take years. You know, you're going to be lucky if you gain 10 pounds of muscle in a year. But talk about getting in shape. When you lose body fat, you can lose immense amounts of body fat. You can lose 100 pounds of body fat in a year. Okay? So fat is way easier to lose than muscle is to put on. So, you know, I just tell guys, if you want to look good for summer quick, just get lean. Okay? You can cut down real quick. But obviously you should still lift weights and do compound movements. But you should train pretty similar when you're cutting is when you're bulking, except I just do less volume. I do the same workout, same exercises, but if I'm cutting, I'll definitely need to lighten up on the volume because you don't need to be burning up quite as many calories. Because remember, you're not eating all those carbs, okay? So you don't have the glycogen stores in the muscle. So if I'm doing a cutting diet, I will train like 20 minutes instead of 40, you know. You look like a Chuck Liddell. Chuck Liddell. Chuck Liddell. Are you going to do awesome things in the future? You are. Yeah, I hope so. We all are. All of us here are probably certainly going to grow our wealth. Some of you more than others. Some of you are going to grow your wealth faster than me. And some of you are going to only grow a little bit. But I think all of us here are starting to get it in our minds that how important money is. As long as we're on the earth. Maybe when we go to heaven, we probably won't need any money. Wouldn't that be something? Up in heaven, we don't even need money. You know? But on the earth, we need a lot. All right? How much does the earth cost? Some of his favorite foods are protein. Good. Wealth can be measured beyond the currency. Yeah, sure. You can be very wealthy in your knowledge, which you can use to get money. You know, you can be wealthy in intelligence. I don't know. You can be wealthy because you can visualize yourself as a wealthy person because you have everything that you need. But that's still not wealth by measured in today's standards. Wealth measured in today's standards is pretty much always money. At least that's what the females think. When a female looks at you, is she going to say, oh, this guy's wealthy in this area. No, she's going to say, does he have money? That's what she's going to say. She's going to say, where does he work? How much does he make? She's not going to think, oh, he's wealthy because he does this. No. He's wealthy because he has money. All right? Says, bro, STFU. That's what he said. Wow. Is doing baseball a good workout? I would say, okay, I would say no, it's not an extremely good workout. You get good at. It's going to help your coordination, your reaction time. But I don't think baseball will build big muscles because you're not, all you do is you can swing. So that's going to work out these muscles back here in the back. But what about over here? Nothing. You're just going to work out just like an archer. You only work out one side. That's what baseball does. It just works out the one side. You know, what's the point of that? That's not real training. That's just a fun game. Okay? You train so that you can become better at baseball. You don't play baseball to train. Okay? You train in the gym so you can become better at sports. Sports are not the real training. Whenever it takes to get to the kitty. Yeah. Snow Squirrel says, yeah, no, that's not all women. That's just not true. Okay. So all my research I've been doing is for nothing. I'm wrong. All the fucking research that I did for years, it's all for naught. Okay. 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 If I'm 160 pounds, if I diet and walk 31 and a half miles a day, I cut out, yeah, I can't read the, you got to leave a super chat and then I'll read the question because they just go by. And I'm not trying to read everyone's question. I really want to get some super chats. Will I lose weight? Then he says, will he lose weight? Leave a super chat. I don't even know what the first part of your question was. Is he researching the incel forms? Gold, silver to be restored across Earth. What do you mean by gold and silver will be restored? They'll be restored as a source of money, yes, because all the central banks have more gold than cash. So what does that mean? It's very easy. It means that you should have more gold than cash. If the central banks have more gold, why don't you? You know? But very few people have any gold. So you guys are up for going to have a huge surprise when the fiat currency collapses. You're going to say, oh, I wish I had gold. You know, this channel is about getting you prepared before the apocalypse comes. Okay, I'm trying to get you ready. All right. What do you think about Bitcoin? I'm not a fan of it, but I think it's going to go higher. Bitcoin's the mommy. Wherever Bitcoin goes, the other cryptos will follow. So for now, we need Bitcoin, and we need Bitcoin to do well. Because I'm a holder of meme coins and altcoins. I do not hold Bitcoin. I literally have less than $20 of Bitcoin. Okay? So I'm a big believer in the altcoins. But I expect to see Bitcoin move up. Like, Bitcoin's going to move like this, but the altcoins are going to go like this. Okay? So Bitcoin's going to have diminishing returns. But, you know, they need you to buy it, so they're going to keep pumping it up. Yeah, I've been shedding the light on Bitcoin. It's a scam. You want to be looking at the meme coins. This guy bought silver at 27. That's pretty good. Yep, you're a smart dude. Bryson says, I think football is the best sport for bodybuilding, for building the body because you train in the gym for it. Right. Now, football is even different because even when you're on the field, you train. Okay? You can also get hurt really bad. But when you're training on the field, you run up against those things and you push those things. That's really good training. And even during the game, you're running as fast as you can. I mean, it's a really good sport for making the body stronger. Football, I stayed away from football though because if you get hit too hard, you can get injured. And I'm just not into team sports because I don't really rely on the rest of the team. You know, a lot of the teams in my high school, there were people on that team that didn't even like me. So why am I going to want to be on that team? You know, I don't care about sports like that. But yeah, go for it. The project that has had zero downtime, Bitcoin, it's a scam. Zero downtime. I don't know what you mean by that. Bought silver at $3 an ounce when I was a kid. You must be like 60 years old. You got to be 60, bro. Or you're at least 50. Or 63. 63. Yeah, that's crazy. $3 an ounce. And now it's $89. Gold right now is 5,185. Pulling back a little bit, but that's okay. It's chopping up in here. It's in a choppy zone. Expect it to stay in there for a little while. Silver, $88.17. So silver is doing pretty well. I was buying silver back when it was $5 in 1999. And then I ended up selling everything. I got out completely. But then I got back in 2021. I started to buy back. I was buying kilo bars, 1 ounce rounds, 5 ounce bars. I was buying 1 ounce maple leafs. I was buying silver eagles. And I buy junk silver and 10 ounce bars. That's really what I like to stick with, that kind of stuff. Just the 999 bullion and a little bit of junk silver, I think, is okay. I definitely like the junk silver if you can get it for a good price. All right. If you can get it for like spot or you're even a little bit under spot, then definitely buy some junk silver. Gold, silver on the island was way more rewarding than it in prisons. Food is manure, nitrogen. By the time I'm 63, silver will be $1,000. It could be $1,000 in a few years. It all depends what happens with the dollar. Remember, if we get into a big war, which is looking like that might happen, then the government is going to be allowed to print so much money. See, I think we're going into a depression, and the government's going to have to get us into a war so that they can print enough money to keep the system afloat and to bring the system back up. That's what I've been saying for 3 years. You know, they're going to get us into a war to elevate, you know, and allow more money printing. And when you print more money, it makes gold go through the roof. It's still, you know, so I think silver could hit $1,000. If we get into a war, expect silver to go to $1,000 within a few years. Malibu's most wanted. John, why no Burger King today or last month did you quit? No, I'm off. I'm off today. I had 4 days off. So yeah, I don't work. I got vacation time. Use up my vacation time and build up my YouTube channel. 2 more likes until 10. Thanks, Bryson. Hit the like button, guys. Everyone has way too much precious metals. 10 ounce gold, 40 ounce silver. Half that takes down a house if you're doing it right. Well, you certainly will be able to use your precious metals to buy a house. Even a small amount of silver could probably buy you an entire house within the next 5 years. How many weeks of vacation does Burger King give you? I get a lot because it accrues very fast. Because for every so many hours I work, I get like an hour of vacation time or whatever. And I work overtime a lot. So my vacation time just piles up. So I probably get like 3 or 4 weeks a year between vacation and personal. I probably take even more time than that. I don't know. Probably a few weeks. So how many? Yeah, I get a lot. I saved it all up and I've been using it. So he remembers when the Whopper was 99 cents. I wish we could go back to those days, you know. But now the world is so corrupt. Yeah, I wish I could like my own video. I would. Because this guy, who is this guy? He's doing a good job. He's talking about all kinds of bullshit. At the same time he's eating. It's like, why is this guy doing what he's doing? You know? He must have some kind of a major goal. Would you recommend the Whopper? Yeah, I get the double Whopper, but I get no bread, no cheese. That's what I recommend. Is just get the patties. Just the patties and the veggies. 100%. I worked at McDonald's and Wendy's back in the 90s. Yeah, that must have been an experience back then. It was probably more fun back then. Nowadays, everything is like all political. Like seriously, I don't like working anymore because everyone is like offended by everything and everything's all political. That's why I'm trying to get out. I'm trying to just do my own thing. Then I can say whatever I want and nobody can fire me except me. Be able to say anything that I want. Would you recommend the Whopper or the heater you got? The heater. Yeah. Send me an ounce of gold, please, or a Burger King at Dodo. I'm not sending you no gold. I worked as a closer. Yep, me too. That's what I do. Closer. I mop. Sweep. I do the dishes. I do everything. Count the money. And I sell the food and I even make the food. I literally do everything. But I try not to make the food because I really don't like it. Because I feel like I'm going to make a mistake. And then I just don't like to make the burgers. Yeah, who knows what Trump's going to do with Greenland, Mo? Man, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen with Greenland. My dream job is YouTube. I like doing YouTube. Wow, the thing just busted. Whew. Oh, shit. I actually caught the blade. That could have hurt. Got it. Ooh. Ow. Got it. See that one? That's tough. It's hard to do that. All right, any more questions about getting ripped? But today, I'm learning about, I got to get back in and sign back in here. Can't wait till the gold market opens back up in about 35 minutes. Whoo-wee. Come on, guys. Let's go. Hit that subscribe button. Let's go.
And graceful windows turned the manor into a masterpiece of architecture. When it was completed, visitors were stunned. Rising proudly from the green hills, Waddesdon Manor appeared like a French palace dropped into the heart of England. The tall spires gleamed in the sunlight, and the long driveway led to grand iron gates that opened into
Ooh, that was weird.
a world of art, luxury, and imagination. The grand entrance, the East Gallery, stepping through the front doors of Waddesdon Manor,
Subscribe, guys.
were immediately greeted by the East Gallery, a space that captured everything Ferdinand stood for. The air seemed to shimmer with warmth as light reflected off the polished wooden panels that covered the walls. Golden decorations lined the edges, glowing softly in the flicker of the lamps. Everywhere one looked, there was something to admire: paintings, sculptures, and rare objects collected from across Europe. But one object stood out more than any other: the famous elephant automaton. Created in 1774 by a French clockmaker, the automaton was a marvel of both art and engineering. When it moved, its tiny mechanism
Planes of
brought
motion.
to life.
Gotta do that
The
stuff.
little elephant could lift.
Come on, guys. We got nothing going on. Nobody's saying nothing. Come on, guys. We're looking for that super chat today. Squat. Frontal plane, an imaginary line that divides the body into anterior and posterior. Anterior is like the front of your body. The posterior is the back. Sagittal plane, an imaginary line that divides the body into left and right halves. Sagittal plane, left and right halves. A transverse plane, an imaginary line that divides the body into inferior and superior halves. In real life, you don't even need to know this stuff. What the heck? The measurement of movement around a specific joint or body. Range of motion. Well, that's easy. Oh, we have new. Your hat's a bit wonky. I'm sorry the RCMP attacked me. Okay. Rocking that G-Shock. Oh, yeah. Definitely. But the battery's pretty much dead. I'll show you. I don't like to do this because it's going to make it die even faster. Wow, thanks. Jay Deasy. I can't believe it. I'm not even freaking saying anything important. I just showed you my G-Shock and you gave me $10. Is it really that good of a watch? Put that towards a bigger chain. Okay. I certainly will. The chain thing, it might take some time because I got to find one that's the right price, you know. It took me a long time just to get this one, but I also have 4 other pieces of jewelry. I got the big boy, which I really like. This one. That's sick. I'm going to put it on. And of course, everyone's going to say, oh, that's fake. And you can think that if you want. But like I say, I wouldn't really wear anything fake unless someone gave it to me for free. And if it was fake, it would have to be real silver that's gold plated. I'd probably wear something like that. But I wouldn't really buy that. I only buy shit if it's solid, like solid 10 or solid 14K. But hell yeah, I'd wear a fake one. As long as it was real, like silver underneath. Love this sucker. What do you think about MicroStrategy stock? It's like asking me what I think about Bitcoin. Just like the other day, someone said MicroStrategy is like a leveraged Bitcoin. Okay? You know, I don't really care that much about MicroStrategy. No. I choose not to participate in MicroStrategy. I just do the cryptos themselves. Like, MicroStrategy, they hold Bitcoin. If you really, you know, you could just do the Bitcoin if you want. Or you could buy 50% Bitcoin, 50% MicroStrategy. I think MicroStrategy is all a complete scam, and it's built upon a pyramid. Okay? I think, it's a freaking pyramid scheme ready to collapse. But it might not collapse. It might not collapse for 5 years or for 10 years. We don't know. But the fact is that MicroStrategy is very cheap right now. Bitcoin is falling. Investors are scared. Typically, when you get scared, that's when you step in and you buy. Okay? But I will not be buying MicroStrategy just because I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of it. Like I said, I go with the meme coins, and I go with the gold, and I go with the silver, and I go with the gold and the silver stocks, and the gold and the silver penny stocks. And then I do the oil stocks and the oil dividend stocks. That's all I invest in, is the commodities and shit. Yeah, I got like some Trump stock and an AMC stock. You know, I got some random shit. But 90% of what I have is commodities related assets, whether it's the silver ETF or silver bullion or gold bullion. Okay, so I don't care about MicroStrategy. I don't even really want to talk about it. But if you think you can make money in it, then yeah, go ahead. You'll probably make money. It probably will go back up. If that's what you want to know, yeah. MicroStrategy, it's finding a bottom, and it's going to probably go back up. Just like Bitcoin's going to go back up. It's just it's got to find its bottom first. Whether that bottom on Bitcoin is right here, or if it's going to be down at 42,000, or if it's going to be at 45,000, I don't know. But I think we could be nearing the bottom. So the problem with MicroStrategy stock is if anything happens to Michael Saylor, the stock is going to dump. Yeah, because everyone's putting their trust in Michael Saylor, that he has this secret knowledge, you know. He doesn't have any secret knowledge, I don't think. No. I don't trust Michael Saylor even if he's alive. Okay? Even though he's alive, I don't trust him. But yeah, if he died, then I definitely wouldn't trust the company. It's a freaking scam idea. Ooh, let's just use investors' money to buy as much Bitcoin as we can, and we'll just pay ourselves a salary. You know, if you're connected with the right people, you can start a multi-million-dollar business like that, and you can get the banks to support you. He's just connected with the right people, so he's allowed to scam. Okay, that's what it is. I think that's just my opinion, okay? If you like MicroStrategy, I hope I didn't offend you. Bitcoin will most likely certainly go back up, though. Yeah, I believe so. Bitcoin is not over. It's been fully adopted by the institutions, and they all want to make money on it, and they see the potential in crypto to pump it up. If you see potential there, most likely something's going to happen. There's a lot of potential on meme coins. I'm all about the meme coins. I don't care about Bitcoin. Yeah, I wish I would bought Bitcoin back in the day. It's too late. Now we are where we are. And I think Bitcoin's not going to be a winner going forward. Just like I thought that Bitcoin wouldn't be a winner years ago, now I don't think Bitcoin's going to be a winner. I was wrong before. Maybe I'll be wrong again. But I think Bitcoin could go up to like 190, 200K on the next run. Or maybe it could hit 160. I don't know. But then after that, we'll probably get another crash. I'm guessing Bitcoin mid-30s in October according to the date trend cycle. Unless we get the super cycle, like Cryptos R Us says. He says we're going to get a super cycle. So this year could be different than what a lot of people expect. Okay? I think maybe even in October, the stock market's going to be incredibly high. You see that narrative is that, like you even said, there's going to be a crash in October. I think because enough people believe that, it's going to be the opposite. I think that in October, the stock market could be at an all-time high. Okay? Now, we're only going to know once we get there to that point in time. But I think a lot of people are expecting a crash, and I don't think it's going to happen yet. It's not going to happen in the time frame that you think. Whenever there is a crash, it's going to be a complete shock. Like you think, oh, it's going to crash in October. No, because that's when crashes always happen. I think that they're going to make this one a complete shock. And everyone's going to say, wow, I didn't have any idea it was going to crash here. And if they did it in October, they wouldn't surprise anyone. But we'll see, you know, because I really don't know. I'm what they call a speculator. I'm just guessing. I'm looking at the possible outcomes. Okay? Michael Saylor is definitely not trustworthy. That dude is there to push Bitcoin to the people. Oh, I agree 100%. He's trying to get this scam crypto on the people. And one thing you have to realize is that the vast majority of people are going to pay too much. They're going to overpay. That's how it always goes with these bubbles. They're going to suck in everybody, as many people as they can. And only then will it crash. Okay? Only then. Don't listen to financial advice from a man with drop ceilings. I didn't even notice the ceilings, bro. But yeah, they do look like it's like a weird ceiling. Thank you for pointing that out. Yeah, like I say, I'm not rich yet. I'm just trying to get rich. I've come a long way. Yes. But I still have a long way to go. So my credibility, I would say it should be growing. Okay? My credibility is slowly getting better and better and better. And at one point, a lot of you guys are going to say, okay, now he's credible. Now he passes the test, you know? And I wish more people would just jump on now and get into silver and get into gold. So yeah. He's, we get a lot of haters. That's just the way it is. That's the way of the world. It's only natural to be a hater because you want to feel good. You want to feel good inside. So you can knock me off my pedestal and that'll bring you back up a little bit higher. It'll make you feel psychologically better. That's kind of gives you an insight into the mind of a hater. They feel depressed and they want to suck everyone down to their level so that they think it's an even playing field. I think the haters typically have a low IQ, meaning that they're not as intelligent as non-haters. Non-haters have an open mind. They're going to accept and they're going to listen to without bias. But haters, their mind is already closed. They want destruction of anyone doing better than them. So haters are truly scumbags. But I do believe that it's not true that once a hater, always a hater. I think that a hater can become a supporter. A hater can truly change and do good things. Okay? But well, as long as you are a hater, you're no good. You got to change, bro. You got to change. So you are doing good. Thank you. Remember, if you don't have haters, you're doing something wrong. Exactly. This guy says he's dumb. Maybe you're not as dumb as you think. Look at that. The battery's still flashing. The battery is really going to drop out soon. It might only last another week or 2 weeks. Good advice. But I'm going to use that $10 for a new battery, okay? Thanks, JDZ. It's so incredible to see that we're actually, making a small income. I'm making a little bit of money. It's incredible. And I just hope that it keeps on going. I hope it keeps going. Good advice can come from any source. Actually, we are all vessels of the same living intelligence. Yeah, you could, sure. I don't know how to interpret that. We're all vessels of God, the original intelligence, the original source. I mean, yeah, if that's what you mean, that makes sense to me. So we all have that spark within us, that spark of knowledge that we could dig up and say something very important. Something important could come from anyone, but I don't know. I don't know, guys. What's up? Yeah, I always say that even from a homeless man, you could learn something important. Maybe the homeless man has the knowledge, but he just doesn't have the dedication. Okay? And if you can take that knowledge from him, now you've got the dedication that you started with, and you've got the knowledge. Okay? Just because someone's poor, it doesn't mean that they don't know anything. They might know a lot of shit, but maybe they don't have all of the tools. Okay? Maybe they know they're very smart, but they are susceptible to influence by others. So never stop wanting to learn. Exactly. Because when you stop either learning or working, that's when you die. That's when your brain is going to wither away. Okay? So never stop trying to learn. You always got to keep those brain cells firing in that cerebellum. It's the cerebral cortex. I don't know. On X-Men, they called it the cerebro. But I think the brain activity takes place in the cerebral cortex. That's what I think I read. You got to... The best way to stimulate the mind, I'll tell you this too, is just simply exercise. The best way to stimulate the brain is with endurance, like jogging, biking. That'll actually stimulate your brain. It increases the blood flow massively, okay? And it's going to actually make you smarter, for real. Doing daily exercise can raise your IQ. I don't know if anyone says this, but I say that. I definitely think it's true. The old noodle. It's by taking LSD. Say no to drugs, this guy. Yeah, don't do drugs. I'm lucky. I used to do a few bad things, but nothing bad ever became of it. Nothing bad ever happened of it. I was pretty lucky. I took so many chances and did so many stupid things, and I'm still here. I'm a warrior. I'm a warrior. I don't want to get into it. I don't want to get into it. But yeah, the fact is I'm still here. John, Megan might be trolling as Louis Goldberg. Okay, really? Louis Goldberg. I'll give him a 1-minute timeout. Okay? I'll give him a 10-second timeout. You better think twice before you troll me again. All right, Megan? That's... Bro, he says it's false. No, I think it's true. Vanity is a sin. Okay. Okay. Um, what I, what you call vanity, I call it competing. Okay. You got to try to get a body that looks pretty good to be a top competitor. If you want to get married, remember, you're competing with a lot of other men. So being vain, caring about your appearance, caring about your body, no, you use your body as a tool. Your body is just a vessel for your soul, but you can use it as a tool to help you in life. Okay? The body matters. It's all about looks. Okay? See how my eyes are perfectly apart? No, my eyes are actually a little bit too close, I think. But I have okay symmetry, I think. I want to kind of ask Clav if he thinks I have good symmetry. But yeah, on the earth, it's about money and it's about looks. Okay? So you got to do everything you can to make your shoulders a little bit wider, and that'll help you in the dating game. Okay? It'll help you get that woman. You got to try to build muscle. That's more attractive to some women. All right? It's not about, being vain. Just it's about competing. It's about being a competitor in this freaking world. Okay? Like even some people, one guy, he got like extenders to make his body taller. So he's taller because it's been shown that tall men will get more opportunities, and tall men get more women, get more job offers. All right. So yeah, these guys, these influencers, they're not about being vain at all. It's about being a top competitor. Life is a competition. Sooner you accept that, the better. Yeah, it sucks. It sucks that you have to try hard and you have to work hard and you have to study and put everything you got into it just to make a couple $100,000. Everything you got. And it sucks that we have to do that. But that's what we have to do. So like I said, you got to accept it. Accept that we are in a competition. Competing. What a stupid way to live. Yeah, that's how we have to live. That's how life is. You're competing for that job. You're competing for that woman. You're competing for that house. Oh, guess what? You don't make enough money at your job, then someone else is going to get that house. Someone else is going to buy that land that you want to start a family, to build your home, to begin the rest of your life. You say, oh yeah, that's a stupid way to live. That's the way you have to live. You have to live and be a top competitor in this world. Okay? Brother, you're still in the tutorial. Tutorial? Gluttony is a sin. I definitely say that eating too much is going to age your body. Is it a sin? The Bible says it's a sin, yeah. I mean, but the fact is, that says that in the Old Testament. It doesn't say that in the New Testament, I don't think. And we go by the New Testament. Okay? But gluttony is not good. I don't know if it's a sin. No, I don't think it's a sin anymore. That was just for the Old Testament people. The law changed with Jesus. So we don't have to worry about all of those old laws. But eating too much is very bad. Because eating is a chemical process. And overeating can contribute to aging, especially eating too much sugar, too many carbs. It's going to make your body age. Okay? Even it's going to cause dementia. That's terrible. It's a terrible disease. That's why any old people you want to get them to have a lower sugar diet. If you know old people, don't let them eat donuts and stuff like that. That's stupid. But people are addicted to sugar. We got to get off sugar in this nation, in America. If I do one thing for America in my life, it's going to be to get Americans off of sugar. No, I can never do that. I'm just one man. But I can try. Okay? I can try to help enough people, try to help some people. So, survival of the fittest. Every second we have on this earth is a competition. Yeah. Thanks, My Music, for chiming in there and backing me up. It really is. But we don't have to always live in a state of competition necessarily. But I do think it's good to have a competitive mindset the vast majority of the time. Because if you don't have a mindset of a competitor, what are you going to do? You're just going to play video games all day. You're going to put down the book. You're not going to go train. You're going to just... But if you have the mind of a competitor, you're going to be reading. You're going to be studying. You're going to be learning about stocks. You're going to be exercising. And you're going to be bettering yourself. Just having the mind of a competitor is going to be good for your body. Okay? You clearly have no idea about life. You're living in a bubble of delusions of grandeur. Yeah. My one buddy used to say, delusions of grandeur. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if you were him. And we certainly had some other disagreements as well. There is competition, but in my opinion, you're looking for it in the wrong places. Okay. All right, that's fine. Yeah, if you don't agree with everything I say, not everyone does. Send is anything that you know better within. Send. Anything that bothers you is a sin. Anything that, yeah, you should instinctively know if you're doing something that's a sin. Your own instincts should tell you. A lot of people don't care, though, you know. A lot of people don't care. A lot of people love to be bad. They get a kick out of it. I don't know. I could probably say the names of a bunch of politicians, but I just can't think of any particular one. So I'll just move on. Agents of destroying bullshit, but sometimes feed them the good, healthy food. I think I'm going to call HR on my supervisor. Shit. You don't need to do that. No. If you need to, then do it. Yeah. If you need to, then do it. Everything this dude says usually hits. Thank you, bro. Josh, that was the only time I let last comment, anything like that slide. But yeah, I try to say the important shit that you guys need to hear. So many important lessons that can help you guys become successful. But, you know, it's important if you're a young guy to learn as much as you can about money. All right? All young men, if you're 18 or so, I say you got to focus on your body and on your money. Really, the money is more important because you can always bring the body up, okay? But you really got to focus on, you know, your school, your money, your stocks, your trading. And then remember, when you focus on your money, the women will come, okay? The women will eventually come. And everything else will work out. If you focus on money, everything just falls into place. Because it's like, oh, my car broke down. Okay, I'll fix it. I got the money. Oh, I need a new roof. I got the money. Oh, my friend needs help. Okay, I got the money. So when you have money, everything else just perfectly falls into place. As long as you can control the money. If you don't have control over money, you're going to be broke and you're going to be depressed. You're going to be poor once again. What up, John? Are we going to do an options meeting? I got to do something. Yeah, I got to get a hold of you. How do I get a hold of you? Were you on? I don't know. I got to get a hold of you soon. And talk about options, how to protect my portfolio if we start to crash. Because typically what I'll do during a crash is I'll just sell off a whole bunch of stuff. And that's obviously the wrong way to do it. But it has protected me. And it's kept, and my net worth has been growing. But you're telling me there's a much better way to do it. To protect in case of a downside. Drop your email in the comment section. Okay. I'll do that soon. That's easy enough. That's easy enough. Yeah, I can do that. I don't know if I'll do that right now, but I'll do that. Alrighty, yeah, let's check out. It's 6:05, so gold should be open. I'm going to check out gold. Probably nothing's going to be happening. I should probably not even look at the chart because it's just going to probably be choppy. But I'll take a look at it. Just got my creatine intake and just hit a PR deadlift of 505. Dang. That's pretty good weight. Shit. That's not like pro level weight, but that's a lot of weight. That's way, way more than I can deadlift. That's like pretty much almost pro level, I would say. Pretty close. 35 grams of creatine. 35 grams? Okay. That's crazy, but yeah. I mean, your body can only absorb so much. Your muscles can only absorb so much of it. But if at 35 grams, you know you're taking, you're saturated. Your muscles are fully saturated. I think that might be a little much, but yeah, at least you know you're fully saturated. Netflix just dropped its WB bid. Netflix dropped WB. Oh, I don't know what that means though. I don't know what the WB bid means though. I'm averaging 180 for 3 kids, bro. Oh, for the bench, the squat, and the deadlift, you're getting 1,180. Yeah, that's pretty sick. Yeah, your bench, your squat, and your deadlift. I wanted to try to get up to 1,000, but it's just I have to really start training, because I don't go to a gym right now. Those are all lifts that you need to go to a gym for. I literally don't go to a gym, so I don't have time right now. But that's good weight. Yeah. I think everyone has a goal if they want to hit 1,000 pounds. Once you hit 1,000 pounds, you're pretty strong. So that's what I want to do, is get to 1,000, but I'm not even close. Yeah, bench, dead, in the squat. What are the best trading platforms that you would recommend to us? Well, it's just, Charles Schwab and E-Trade and Fidelity. If you go with Webull or Robinhood, I don't really trust those too much. Because I've been talking to people about Robinhood for years, and they've told me that you can't even buy certain stocks on there. Certain stocks that I'm into. But yeah, you should probably just do the Charles Schwab. It looks like Netflix was going to cancel the deal, and the stock could go up 50%. It just happened. Yeah. That's funny. That was the play today. That was the play. I mean, in reality, it really only went up $8. But that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. It just shot right up. I should do a video on this. 93, it just shot up. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Just straight up after hours, too. Fidelity has tons of options. Yeah. Oh, yeah, Fidelity. I don't use Fidelity, but that's one of the major ones. You want to get a major one where if you're going to call up your broker, they're going to answer. If I just don't trust Robinhood or Webull or any of those. I consider those just cheap, fly by night. I mean, they're well established now, but I don't care for them at all. They're for newbies. You got to have more options, more tools. That's why you got to get the Charles Schwab, the E-Trade, or the Fidelity. And there might even be more. But as far as I know, there's only 3 good ones. There might be more. There's probably more. Fidelity Core was at 4.19% last I knew. I got a couple grand in it. And it's going to continue to run. You think? I think so. From what I see on the chart, it certainly looks like we could run up to 150, 200. Just goes up, down, up, down. Now it's time to go up again. Yeah. A lot of these stocks could be getting ready to run right now. They could. Any news of war is bullish. Okay? Or any bad news about the economy is bullish. Because it means there's going to be more printing. Okay? This could be the melt up. This is going to be something we've never seen. So yeah, Netflix, we could easily double from here. From what I see on the chart, it looks like it's ready to go back up. And that's without even knowing anything. Without even knowing virtually nothing about this company, It looks like it's going to go up. But I'm a reader of charts. I know a lot of people disagree with that big time. A lot of people are like, they have no idea how I can look at a chart and make a prediction, and then many times I'm actually right. So oftentimes I like to just look at the chart and just ignore everything else. That seems crazy, but that's how I've made a lot of my money. Please check my last comment. Need help. 25. He says he's tripping. Do you have any solutions to that, bro? TD Ameritrade before they went over to Schwab. Right, right. And before it was TD Ameritrade, what was it? Scottrade. Scottrade. I had a 401k account, but can't find my account on Schwab. Check with Fidelity. Sometimes your 401ks automatically go to Fidelity. They might have automatically sent it to Fidelity or something like that. I would type in 401k Fidelity. Try to talk to them, because I think they're really, really responsible for most of the 401ks in America. So I would check out 401k Fidelity. And see if it went over there. That might actually be it. I don't know, but I would say that that's probably what it is. But I really don't know. Baby, what is that? Baby whale on a snail trail. What the heck is that? I don't even know what that was. Welcome to Gold. Thanks for the membership. Oh, he became a member? Are you for real? Oh, wow. We got 4 members now. That's something. That is something. Okay. That is sick, dude. Baby whale on a snail trail. Yeah, I was hoping we would get a new member. It literally has taken a long time. Yeah, that's insane. We got a new member, so we got 4 now. I got 9 Patreon members. I got 4 members on YouTube. But I got to start to put out special YouTube content with specific stocks or something. But that's crazy. A lot of good stuff happening today. Gold looks like we're up a couple of bucks. 5,186. So nothing's happening. I shouldn't even be looking. Just going to make me feel some type of way if I look at the chart, you know. Sometimes it's better just to ignore it. Fidelity has a shitload of 3 years invested at 12 to 26%, similar to CDs, different index funds. The variety is amazing. Yeah, Fidelity is... don't have that much money and I'm unemployed, but really love your advice. Keep leveling up. Okay. Yeah. Thanks for becoming a member. That's guaranteed. I charge $3 a month, I think, or something like that. Like $3 or $4 a month to support the channel, just to become a member. Yeah, that's crazy. I'm gonna try to do more videos for the members, but guys, I don't really have much else today. I gotta get back to my studying. I'm doing the frickin' the planes of motion, movements of the frontal plane. I don't want to frickin' read this crap. It's just like I gotta force myself to read it, you know. Like here's some of the stuff that I'm learning. Frickin' flexion, extension. Pretty basic stuff, I guess. But these words like plantar, that means feet. I know that. There's a lot of words that I've seen before. It's just crazy. Horizontal adduction, lateral rotation. I know this one is supination. Supinate. And that applies for the feet as well. You can have a supinated or pronated walk, like the way your foot moves. And you can buy different shoes based on the way that your foot moves. Silver membership is $9.99. Oh, wow. Okay, yeah. What's your favorite color of the alphabet? True or false? What's your favorite color of the alphabet? True. Shit, dude. I'm hyped up today. I gotta freaking take a pre-workout just because of that freaking new member. It's like, dude, I'm doing a flex right now. I'm so happy. let's do some push-ups. Four. Guys, drop and give me 20. We got a new member today. We got a new member, guys. $8.99 for the gold. Okay, I'm not sure how I had that set up. I set it up and then I just let it go. Yeah. Forearm game is still weak. I was expecting improvement. You look like Kip from Napoleon Dynamite. Talk about forearms. Let's go, guys. Remember, when you're doing the shoulders like that, you want to be slow and controlled. Otherwise, that's how you get injured. But I like to train the forearms. People donated to give him. Yeah, they made me shave the head, yeah. Train your forearms like so. So, I don't really do those. I used to, but it works. If you really care that much about developing good forearms, then you're going to want to do reverse wrist curls too. Or you could get the broom and go like that. I want to get these coming in, the lats. But I got to do more rows. You are actually my favorite influencer. Well, you know, I kind of find that a little hard to believe, but maybe it's true. Maybe he's telling the truth. I'm his favorite influencer. Look at that. Striations. I got the traps. I got the delts. I got the biceps. No, the biceps are still small. They're in proportion. My biceps are in proportion, but everything is in pretty good proportion, I think. The chest is really coming in good. You can see some striations. Shit. All right, guys. Are you a black man? Yes. I'll see you guys in the next video.